Guys, look, this is my 8th season in charge here in Detroit, and, I've sacrificed a lot for this club. Literally, my family is gone. But, we've lost OHTANI to Texas. We've lost DeGrom to old age, Riley Green to greed. It's broken me. It's just broken me. I don't care anymore, basically. I'm just waiting now for 2031 when some good players finally arrive. So go out there, win, lose. I don't care. I'm dead inside. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to the Detroit Tigers. It is Season 8, opening day of Season 8. We are facing the San Antonio Ragin Cajuns, and this season we try reverse psychology as a motivational tactic because nothing else. It's just this game is breaking me. It really, really is. Lost Game 7, of course, of the Championship Series last year after finally getting past Game 3 of the wild card. And, well, this is the team that we have. Now, we are a better team than this. I don't understand where these rankings come in because if Jose Lopez is the 26th best shortstop in the league, then that can just go away. Will Klein has a 90% closing record, save record. There's no way he's the 31st best closer. So, I don't quite understand where these rankings are coming from. But anyway, that suggests that we're not a particularly good team, but I think we're going to do okay. You can see Abina is our key player or our best player right now based on these rankings. Warling and Gerton are the other two up there. Then behind my head, you can see we've got a couple of the super generation of players that are coming through as well. So we have a lot to look forward to there. Team chemistry, I think it's all above my head so you can see it all. We don't have a captain right now. We've only got one leader. Edwards is a spark plug. Lopez is unmotivated. I did consider trying to move away from him, but we'll see how we go. He's doing a decent job, I think, so we'll leave him in there for now. And, but generally speaking, you can see that everybody is happy, and let's hope that a happy team becomes a winning team, as it usually does, doesn't it? Now, let's have a look at spring training and see how that went. And as you can see, it did go quite well. We had a winning record. We were not quite the best in our division, but I mean, ultimately that doesn't really mean anything. But yeah, we did do quite well. We'll have a look at what happened to some of the youngsters that we called in momentarily here. If we look at the preseason predictions as well, we can see we are predicted to win the American League Central, so that would be very nice. 7 games ahead of the Guardians, Twins, the White Sox, another game back, and then the Royals are expected to the Whipping Boys losing almost 100 games. So whether that actually comes true or not, I guess time will tell. You can see here now we did end up losing OHTANI to Texas. 18 million, I think it was, or so. He went there. But in terms of hitters, we have Abina in the top 10 and Tony Vega as well. It's the first time that he has shown up there. And I think this might be Vega's last season for us. The arbitration estimates or whatever it is suggest that he's going to go up to 6 or so million as a 35-year-old, and I think it goes up to 10 or so the year after that. So I'm thinking it might be Vega's last song here with us. No one at the pitchers in the top 10, which considering Warling is the defending Cy Young winner, is maybe a little bit surprising. But if we go and have a look at the National League as well, because that'll be of interest to some people, you can see that there. And if you want to have a bit of a longer look, of course, just give it a quick pause. The world champion Chicago Cubs are not expected to win their division, though, which is maybe a bit of a surprise, though the Reds did. That was the team they played in the Championship Series of the National League as well. So there we go. That is everything there. So let's have a look at our opening day roster with our spring training numbers. Now, concerns amongst the pitchers. Kimona is a slight concern. He is in the rotation. When I looked at his numbers just for Detroit, his ERA was actually better. Quite good, actually, compared to, I think we got him from Atlanta, I want to say, where he was not quite so good. So he's going to get a start in the rotation. Now, Sasaki doesn't look great. His ERA after 2 starts, I think it was 22 or something. Like, he had a really, really bad start to spring training. But you can see how well he's brought that down since, so that's fine. And then Warling just picking up from where he left off as well. The new names in here, we have, of course, Cesar de Jesus. I'm sure it's De Jesus, but we'll be calling him the Jesus. And he was brilliant, obviously. Did not give up an earned run all spring training. Josh Hartle is in for now. Now, we've seen him up before. He has not coped with Major League. The reason he's in is because Contreras got an injury, and it was late at night, and I hit put him on the DL for too long. So he's he's fit, ready to go. He's on the DL for another 4 days or something. So that is that. And another new name for this season is Sawyer. Now, he basically comes in to replace Holden Powell. Now, we have seen Sawyer in the Major League team before. If we go and have a quick look at him, he is quite good. Certainly based off of these pitching ratings. What he hasn't done in the past is adjust to Major League Baseball. We gave him 36 games, 45 inning, last season it was. And no, 2 seasons ago. What are we, 29 now? And his ERA was 5.5. So last season he spent it down in AAA, where he pitched. He was sort of high A, and I noticed he was down there. Then 4-starred him in AAA. He had an ERA of 2.23 from 32.1 inning, ERA plus of 1.68. So I think he's shown that he's able to come into Major League Baseball now and get a second chance. And at 26, it's probably a good age for him as well. And that brings us to the hitters. Now, after everything that's said and done, the only sort of new man in the team is Troy Childers. He, as you can see, had a really strong spring training. There's a couple of guys that are really sort of pushing their luck. James Wood is one of them. The only thing that kept him in right now is the fact he's a left-handed batter and also this on-base percentage. So that's basically rescued him, those two things, from for starting or from being on the roster. The other player is Luis Garcia. Now, Garcia is one of these players that I have considered trading away, I'm going to say, for the last 3 or 4 seasons. And every year when I look at him, he bats like a 270. He's a decent glove, and I struggle to justify getting rid of him. So we'll see how he goes. He and Edwards and Takazawa as well are going to sort of play the third base, or share sort of that infield utility role. Takazawa can basically play anywhere, so we're not concerned about that. He will be around just as that. He can, as I say, cover any position on the field, so except maybe pitching and catching. The other player that is catching attention is Zion Rose. Now, if he can keep batting at 312, then this is the issue, is that Blake Hunt is a much better, we'll have a look at them, so it's easier to show you than tell you. Blake Hunt is an amazing defensive catcher, and his batting has gotten better sort of year on year, with the exception of 2026, where he was quite poor. But he picked it up again last year, batting 266, and he had a WAR of 2 as well. So that is what's keeping Blake Hunt in the team right now. But Zion Rose is potentially very good. Catching wise, he's not as good, but he's not bad. So if his bat can kind of overcome this issue, now he can also play in the outfield, which is something worth considering perhaps. That we're just it's where the crossover is between what we lose defensively with Hunt towards what we gain offensively with Zion Rose. Now, the OSA ratings have him as an amazing catcher. So we'll have to say, just keep our eye on things, see how things go through the season. But it might be that this is the year where I think Blake Hunt is 30, Zion Rose 23. So in terms of a player for the future, then, at some point we're going to need to do a crossover. So this might even be the season that we start to see that. Now, one thing that I'm starting to do, which I haven't really ever done before, is take a real interest in getting where our young prospects are playing. So I'm starting some of the young players in AAA. So Valadinas, the right fielder, Ford, the center fielder, and Manny Williams, who you may remember we traded for this past, or did we free agent sign him? No, it was a trade. He batted over 300 in spring training. Now, the reason that he's not in the squad to start the season is, A, these numbers aren't great. B, he's just come to us. He's young. He hasn't got a major league contract yet. So rather than kind of make a definitive decision, which we would have to make on either Edwards or Garcia, I thought, let's give him some time in AAA, make sure over a bit of a longer sample size he is the real deal. And if that all comes true, then I think we will call him in at some point. So we'll see how he gets on. I should point out too, Brady Basso is down in AAA to start the season. He was a shocking ERA in spring training. He wasn't great last year either, so we're just going to give him a chance to refine himself. The other player that is going to be forced started, we've got a young closer who I found down playing rookie ball last year. We only drafted him last year, to be fair. So he's going to have some time in AA, see how he gets on. He was very impressive in spring training, though, when we called him in, so he might be someone we see a little bit later this season. Also being force started in AAA is our Italian friend Chesetti. Again, he did okay. I'd say no more than okay in spring training, but he's only played A ball before. So again, we'll force start him in AA, see how he does, and if he shows that he can do, he can play to that level, which he should be able to, we'll move him up to AAA, and we might even start to see him later on this season, or potentially one for next season. And the only other player that caught my attention, I found this guy in rookie ball. He is another one. He's an elite defensive player. Now, the bat is the issue with him, isn't it? But he's played 2 years of rookie ball and done very well. So we're going to force start him in high A. Again, see how he goes. And mine tends to wander. It's not a great personality to have. But again, we'll see how he goes. I think this guy might be a little bit like, remember Valdez we had for a year at shortstop. I think he might be a little bit like that. Very good defensively, but whether his bat is going to be the thing that stops him from being sort of a major league player, we'll find out, I guess. But yeah, he's another one that I'm sort of taking under my wing, and we'll sort of just see how he goes a little bit. But anyway, that is basically everything that's happened in spring training caught up on. We didn't really do any more trades or anything. I just want to kind of see how this team goes, to be honest, before we go and make any major changes. So that all being said, let's go opening day, face the Ragin Cajuns. On your feet, Detroit, and give a big opening day welcome as your Tigers take the field. At first base, it's Arrow Vera. At second base, it's C.J. Abrams. At third base, it's Xavier Edwards. The shortstop is Jose Lopez. In left field, it's Maisel Urbina. In center field, a big Detroit welcome for Troy Childers. In right field, it's James Wood. The designated hitter is Tony Vega. Behind the plate, it's Blake Hunt. And your starting pitcher is Cy Young winning Andrew Walling. All right, and these are the matchups. It is C.J. Abrams at second base that leads us off. Edwards starts at third and bats second. Vera at first, bats third. Urbina is cleaning up this year. He's in left field. Vega continues to bat 5 as designated hitter for now. James Wood is in there at 6 in right field, so again, we'll see how he goes. Childers is it's only play. It's his first game in Major League Baseball, so he bats 7 in center field. Hunt for now is the catcher, 8 in as well, obviously the catcher. We've got Lopez at shortstop batting 9. We have got Andrew Walling on the mound, his first game as a Cy Young winner. We're up against Johnny Cuevas for them. A couple of familiar names in here. We've got Tommy Edman, who of course we had for a little while, and a couple of others that we've sort of seen in other series within the channel. So yeah, we'll see how we go here. Ragin Cajuns are a team we have struggled against previously, though. And of course, we do have our manager of the year in the dugout in Stephen LaRudd. But let's go and get this season underway. The 2029 season it was, wasn't it? Let's see, a full count, and Walling starts the season off with a strikeout. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. All right, it is Kina Fafella coming in for them now, an 0-2 pitch. Oh, and he is showing why he is the Cy Young winner. It's another strikeout. Seth Beer comes in for them now. I think we've had him somewhere before. I want to say maybe the All-American Yankees. But anyway, that is out at first, and a very, very good start to the season. Let's go and have a bat. Abrams will lead us off, and it is a 1-0 pitch. Abrams gets it into left field. Is it going to drop in? It is. So we start the season off with a single for C.J. Abrams, bringing up Xavier Edwards. Now, Xavier is on 499 career hits for the Tigers. There goes Abrams, a first stolen base of the season for him. And if Edwards can bring up hit number 500 for the Tigers, he just might drive in a run. Has he done it? Abrams is off. Abrams scores, and Edwards will stay at first. An RBI single and a 500th hit for the Tigers for Edwards. He's been a good little pickup, Xavier Edwards, hasn't he? All right, Arrow Vera comes in now. We are 2 for 2, and Vera watches strike 3 as he picks up his form from the postseason last year. Urbina now comes in. 1 out runner at first. Urbina strikes out. 2 out runner at first for Tony Vega. And Tony Vega grounds it to the third baseman. Will be out at first, and that'll do it, but we have taken a lead. So that is not too bad at all. Corey Lee, who I think we faced in the postseason last year, didn't we? He was a free agent. So be interesting to see how the Ragin Cajuns get on here, but that is an easy catch out there for Childers. His first contribution as a Major League player. Cepeda comes up now. And Cepeda gets it into left field, and that is going to be a first hit of the game for the San Antonio Ragin Cajuns. So 1-on-1 out now for Tommy Edman. Nice to welcome him back to the park. And that is 2 down as he strikes out. It is DJ Artiste. That sounds like an actual DJ name, doesn't it? That is amazing. And it will be caught by Childers, and that will end the second, the top of the second. Still no runs for the Ragin Cajuns, and Wood will lead us off. A 1-2 pitch for him, and James Wood, against the shift, and he has got it far enough past the third baseman to get himself an infield hit. He's injured on the play, and he's shaking it off in true Taylor Swift style. It is Childers, our first at bat in Major League Baseball. Let's hope it's a good one. There goes James Wood as he strikes out. Wood takes second base for himself. So I didn't expect to see that today. All right, Blake Hunt comes in now. Really needs to step up his game if he wants to stay as sort of the everyday starter for us. He's got the runner over to third there, and can Jose Lopez now drive in a run. He has popped it up, and that will do it for the bottom of the second. But Wood, nice to see him on base and stealing bases as well. Manuel Beltre comes in for them now. It's a first pitch swing. And that is well hit into left field. It sort of just hung up there, didn't it? It was almost begging to be hit, and it was. So a leadoff single. In comes Nicky Lopez, the shortstop. Did we have him at one point? No, we had Nick Ahmed, I think, didn't we? Anyway, runner was at first and second now as the 8 and 9 hitters get aboard, which is always a little bit annoying. And it is Torres coming in for them now. Their leadoff man. He was out last time. This could be a double play. There's one. There's two. Runner gets to third, but everybody else has been sat back down, and it is Kina Felfala who is 0 for 1. First pitch swing, he pops it up. Urbina is there, barely has to move, and that is the end of the third. We get away with it. So they are scoreless through 3. We'll go have a bat. Abrams, who is 1 for 1. A 1-0 pitch, and Abrams, it was well hit, but straight to the first baseman for the 1-0. It is Edwards now. Already has an RBI single to his name, and he walks. Now, he can steal a base as well, which is the whole idea of Edwards and Abrams as the front two, is to try and get runners into a scoring position for these big bats that follow. But Vera has popped that up, so that will be 1 away. Edwards will stay where he is. It's Urbina now who's 0 for 1. There goes Edwards. Is he going to get there? Xavier Edwards does. It'll be interesting, actually. Let me know, first of all, let me know what you think in the comments of where we're going to finish. But who's going to steal more bases this year, Abrams or Edwards? They are both very, very good base runners as Urbina popped it up into right field. And that will end the inning. Oh, one thing that I did want to mention, I don't think I've mentioned it on this series yet. You'll notice down below me there's the join button for memberships. It's just there if anybody wants to support the channel. That doesn't want to do the Patreon thing. It's I think I set it at the lowest tier, so it's like 99p. You'll get a little badge next to your name when you comment, and there's some gifs and emojis, I think they are actually, that you can use in the comments as well. So that's there if anybody wants it. If not, like I say, just watch the ads. It's absolutely fine. And I've also updated some merchandise, which is there as well. So again, it's there if you want it. If you don't, then obviously no harm, no foul. But another good inning there from Walling. We've got Vega to lead us off, and a 1-1 pitch gets popped up, and that will be 1 away. All right, James Wood, 1 for 1 today, a full count, and he has drawn a walk. So runner at first, 1 away for Childers. Struck out first time up, second time up, hits it into centre field. He's getting better. He is still 0 for 2 though. Wood will go back to first, and it is Blake Hunt to the plate, 0 for 1 today. Oh, and they've got him, have they? They have. Wood. He thinks he's a base runner now. Pay attention. Tommy Edman will lead them off. He's 0 for 1 today. It's a first pitch swing. Tommy Edman grounds at the first base. Vera has it and will take the base himself for 1 away. DJ Artiste. That is such a good name. If he's a good baseball player, we've almost got to sign him, don't we? He's out there though, so he's not that good of a player. Beltre, who's 1 for 1, will come in, 2 out, no one on, a 3-1 pitch, and he has grounded it. Shortstop has it, and if that's the 26th best shortstop in Major League Baseball, then I'm not here. So they are scoreless through 5. We only have one ourselves. Blake Hunt, of course, who would get picked off at first, strikes out to start off the bottom of the 5th. Bringing Lopez to the plate, who is 0 for 1. It's a full count. Can he get himself on base? And no is the answer to that. So with 2 down, it will be Abrams to the plate. 1 for 2 today. It's a 1-0 pitch. Can CJ get himself on here? He has grounded it to the left side. The third baseman has it. And that is out at first to end the 5th. So still just 1-0. Actually being out hit. And it's Nicky Lopez coming in to face Walling. Lopez 1 for 1 today. And Walling with an 0-1 pitch gets the fly ball into left field, which Urbina politely catches. Torres, who's 0 for 2, comes in now to face Walling. It's a 2-2 pitch. And it is another strikeout for Andrew Walling. That is his 6th of the game. Fafella comes in now, 0 for 2 today. A 1-1 pitch, 2 out, no one on. Andrew Walling delivers it. It is through. Abrams can't stop it. And it's a 2-out single for the Ragin Cajuns. Seth Beer comes in now, 0 for 2. It's a 1-2 pitch. And Seth Beer sends it into deep left field. Urbina's going back to the wall and makes the catch. So that does it for the top of the 6th. They are scoreless through all of those innings. And it will be Edwards now, 1 for 1 with a walk to lead us off. A 1-1 pitch. Xavier Edwards up the middle. And it is fielded by the shortstop for 1 away. It brings Vera in now, who is 0 for 2. A 2-2 pitch. Errol Vera, he is picking up where he left off last season, all right, isn't he? Urbina now 0 for 2. No one on, 2 out. A 1-0 pitch. Come on, Urbina. Urbina hits it well through the right side, past the second baseman for a 2-out single. It'll bring Vega to the plate. And let's see what he can do. He's 0 for 2 today as well. A 1-2 pitch, and Tony Vega strikes out to send us to the 7th. Still, it is 1-0 to the Tigers. Walling will continue to Corey Lee, who is 1 for 2. And it is a 1-2 pitch. And Corey Lee strikes out for number 7 for Walling. He wasn't a massive strikeout pitcher in previous seasons, but this is a very nice start to the year for him. Cepeda takes a 1-0 pitch and grounds it to the shortstop for 2 away. Bringing Todney Edmond back in. I almost slipped on that again. Edmond draws a walk. So 2 out, 1 on for the DJ, who is 0 for 2 today. First pitch swing, ground ball to Lopez over to first. And we will stretch. This is a very, very tight opening day fixture. So Cuevas will continue for them. Wood will come to the plate. 1 for 1 today with a walk. He strikes out, and that will be 1 away. A 7th strikeout for him as well. And that'll do it. Matt Still comes to the mound now to face Troy Childers. He is still looking for his first Major League anything that isn't a strikeout. And he has got a bat on ball, but again, he will be out at first and will go 0 for 3. Blake Hunt now, who is 0 for 2. A 3-1 pitch. Blake Hunt gets it into center field, but is caught. And that ends the... Oh, no. I thought that we still had another batter. Oh, no, Wood let us off, did he? All right, anyway, we go to the top of the 8th. Beltre, a 1-0 pitch. It is hit into left field, and Beltre is caught. I thought he was going to have a second hit of the game there for a moment. It brings a pinch-hitting Tiago Estrada in. Now, it makes you wonder why he isn't starting the game with a contact and power that's as good as that. But anyway, he's going to face Andrew Walling. A 1-2 pitch. And there's strikeout number 8 for Mr. Walling. All right, Torres now comes back up. 0 for 3 today, a 1-2 pitch. And that is a ground ball over to first, and that will do it for the 8th. Now, is Walling going to come back out for the 9th? Or are we going to bring out our closer, I wonder? Jose Lopez. 0 for 2. If we can get some extra runs here, we might see Walling in the 9th. And Lopez gets it up the middle. So a leadoff single from the shortstop. And it will bring CJ Abrams up now. 1 for 3. Hasn't hit since the first. He lays down a bunt and gets the runner over to second. And let's see if Xavier Edwards can drive in a second run of the game. He's 1 for 2 today. It's a first pitch swing. Xavier Edwards pops it up. And that is not going to get the job done. So it'll bring Errol Vera in to strike out and end the 8th. It's a 1-0 pitch. Errol Vera won't strike out. In fact, Errol Vera may have driven in a run. Lopez rounds third, goes home, and Errol Vera delivers an RBI single. No one saw that coming. So Urbina now, who is 1 for 3. Runner at first, 2 out. Oh, they got him again. Pay attention, guys. Unbelievable. We go to the 9th. Is Walling coming out? He is not. Oh, boo. How can you take an opening day shutout away from him like that? Will Klein will come out. He's on big money now. He is one of the worst closers in Major League Baseball, according to the game, but he's got one out there. It'll bring in Seth Beer now, who is 0 for 3. A 1-2 pitch, and another strikeout for Will Klein. Final out, it is Corey Lee. It is 1-0. No, it's not. It's 2-0 to the Tigers now, isn't it? It's a first pitch swing. And that is now 2-1 to the Tigers as Will Klein gives up a home run. And that's not really what we brought him on to do, is it? And with that swing of the bat, they are now one swing of the bat away from sending us to extra inning here. It is Jerry Sapeda coming in. He is 1 for 3. It's an 0-1 pitch. Can Klein close this thing out? It's a ground ball. It's to Lopez. Lopez whips at the first. And it's a tight one, but we have won on opening day 2-1. Can you imagine if Andrew Walling had gone 8 innings and then doesn't win the game because the bullpen comes in and stuffs it up for him? But anyway, showing why he's the Cy Young there, isn't he? That was an absolutely brilliant start from Andrew Walling. And, well, a good, solid start to the year as well. So let's hope that that continues and we can, enjoy another post-season season. That made sense, didn't it? All right, let's have a look at where coming back for. We should see 17-6 was our last game in spring training, so that was very, very nice. But more to the task at hand here. Let's come back. Let's get the season underway, and let's come back. Now, do we want to face OHTANI and Texas, or do we want to face Holden Powell and Tampa Bay? We probably want to see OHTANI, don't we? It'll hurt for a little bit, but let's see OHTANI. We'll come back for Game 3 of this series against the Texas Rangers. Like I say, OHTANI is playing for them. So, yeah, let me know in the comments how you think we'll go this year, and I will see you to face the OHTANI Texas Rangers. Take care.